Today's a special conference called Inspiring Women, which I was asked to come and speak at. It's really about inspiring women to be more confident, believe in what you can do and what you can achieve if you put your mind to it and you have a passion for something. I'm not really sure how to identify when my sporting career began, but my professional sporting career, I suppose, began in 2010. And that really began in 2008 when I watched the Beijing Paralympics and saw that hand cycling was in it for the first time. And I just had this, wow, wouldn't it be amazing to try and get to the next games, which is in London. And I think I was inspired by the fact it was in my own country. But I didn't think I could do it. As I mentioned, I'd done 2 bike races and come last in them both, and I just thought, there's no way. But I just decided I would begin the process and see it as an experiment and see what happens. So yeah, it's been an incredible 10 years now, or more than 10 years, making it to London, amazing myself that I did win a medal there, and then going on to Rio. And I'd never ever won I'd never won a race. I think I've won a race once or something, but it was really small and nobody big was there. So winning the gold medal in Rio was actually pretty much the first time I'd ever won a race. And yeah, then now I thought that would be the end of my career, and now it looks like I'm carrying on and trying to get to Tokyo. So it's been a journey, and I guess one that I never knew where it would take me, never knew what I would learn, and still don't know where it'll end or what I'll learn, but it's been really special. So I've dabbled in triathlon on and off over the years before it was a Paralympic sport, and then after Rio I was really quite burnt out, I think, and had been obviously just focused completely on cycling for about 8 years, and decided it'd be really amazing to try and get to the Commonwealth Games for Scotland. And the only opportunity to do that, because there's no cycling in it, was to do triathlon. So I thought I'll have a go and see how that works out. So it was obviously great, so I got to go to the Commonwealth Games, had an amazing time as part of Team Scotland, really enjoyed it. I didn't manage to get a medal, just missed out and got 4th. And I've not been swimming since the swim in the ocean in Australia because I was so traumatised by it. And I've realised that really my passion is cycling. I don't actually like swimming. And when you have to get up and train doing something that you don't like, if you're forcing yourself into it, it's probably not for you in the long term. So it was a great experience, but yeah, my triathlon days are sidelined again, and it's back to cycling. I didn't know whether I would be in with a chance of getting to Tokyo, and I still don't really, but having diverted into triathlon last season, the season after Rio I missed due to illness. This last season I was doing triathlon, so when I went back into bike racing I wasn't doing very well because I'd clearly not properly trained for it. And so this year is the first year where I've actually done a proper bike training season again and gone back to racing. So I had my first race a couple of weeks ago, and I think I got quite anxious before it and basically decided it was time to quit and I wasn't going to go to Tokyo. But it went better than I thought. I've been trying to do it really differently. So I think in the past I've always just pushed myself to the point where sometimes I'm at a breaking point. Like I never miss training sessions, I always do more, not less. And this time I think I've learned from this feeling of kind of burnout that I had after Rio, and I've tried to train really differently, listen to my body more if I'm tired, not train. And I think I basically didn't believe it was going to work. I think I just thought that you have to be full on and pretty much overtrain to be good. So when I went to this race the other week and it turned out that I did quite well, I came second and I was up in the kind of top times, I thought, okay, maybe it does work. So now I'm re-inspired that maybe I can do the next sort of 15 months, get to Tokyo, do well, and do it in a way that's a bit more sustainable, not burn out, but listen to my body more and sort of bring with me all that experience and try to be a bit more intelligent about training smart instead of just destroying myself all the time. Well, I've been studying with winning students for a few years now, so I began studying Spanish with the Open University and psychology as well, so I ended up doing an open degree in Spanish and psychology, and then I've now gone on to study for a diploma in counselling with the University of West Scotland. So I have to say my studies aren't going as fast as I hoped they would. I've been distracted a bit by too much hard training and racing, so at the moment I feel like I'm a bit behind. Winning students has really helped me by it's given me that kind of incentive and the interest to use my brain and study as well as using my body and training. If I was just so mono-focused that training was all it was, I don't think I would enjoy it. So having that balance, constantly learning new things and then looking at how I can apply those and use them and look to the future about what I'm going to do when I'm not doing sport has been great. So just to have that balance of everything in life, you can't just do one thing and be obsessed with it, otherwise you fall into a black hole when you come out of it.